I'm really talking about business to business selling, B2B, okay? And so, we're really assuming in this scenario that we've got salespeople that either are engaging on the telephone or engaging face to face or Zoom or something like that, okay? This is not an Amazon transaction. So in that regard, before you reach out to somebody, you have to know something about them. So you got to do your homework. So the first thing is know who you're calling, right? Know why you're calling. Who is this company? Who is this person? What is their job title? Why do I want to talk to them? And what is my message to them? You got to sort that out before you get started. And this is the first step that salespeople miss. They kind of learn their shtick and then they just start, spilling it all over everybody. Instead of saying, hey, I want to call Harley. And the reason why I want to call Harley is because his company is a target that's well aligned with what I offer. I've sold other companies like Harley's, so I've got some expertise. I have some things to share, and I think I can really help Harley. I've done some research. I know something about him. I know some of his challenges. So that's the first thing is, know who you're calling and why you're calling and have something of value to share that is not a pitch. And so that's why I come back to, what I typically want to do is I want to contact someone and say, I'm reaching out specifically to you. I know something about your industry because I work in it. I've got some information to share that I really think would be important to you. And the reason why I feel that is because I work with other folks that have the same job title as you. And the information I share has been really helpful to them. Okay. And then, give them a white paper, give them a trend, share some information, talk about something that, might relate to your product, but it's not a pitch. Okay. And that's a game changer. And sometimes you have to do that 2 or 3 times before they'll trust enough to talk to you. You might email some information out to them. You might, send them some information and leave a voicemail and say, hey, sent some information to you. I know you're not ready to talk to me yet, but take a look at that information. I really believe you're going to like it. And start to build some trust so that they're willing to engage with you.
Yeah. And one thing you talk about a lot is leadership selling. How is leadership selling different from what most sales teams are currently doing?
I'm so glad you asked because that's the other side of this coin that I'm talking about where you're sharing information. You also have to target somebody that wants that information. So the idea behind leadership selling is be a leader, sell to leaders. The interesting thing is we typically sell to the middle of the organization or even lower in the organization. And the reason why we do that is because it's easier to get those people to talk to you. At least that's what you believe. I don't know that that's true, but we tend to think that, And so guess what? Those people don't have authority to buy. And if they do have authority to buy, they're going to buy on a very, prescriptive criteria with price being the dominant factor. All right. When you sell to leaders, they are paid to change the business. That's their job. Managers run the business. They don't change it. Leaders change it. Okay. When you sell to a leader, they know what the goals of the company are. They know what they're trying to accomplish that they're having trouble achieving. They know what good looks like, what the vision is, where they're trying to take the organization. So the conversation with them often, first off, it's easier to get to them, believe it or not. And I'll tell you how you do that in a minute. But secondly, these are the folks that are going to be interested in hearing about trends, interested in hearing about their competitors, interested in hearing about something that might be helpful to them in terms of achieving their goals. And they have the authority and the budget to take action. So sell to the leaders. Call as high up as you possibly can. Everybody's like, oh, I can't do that. They won't talk to me. They will if you are prepared, if you know something about their industry, if you know something about their company, and you have something to give them, some knowledge, some information to share, they will absolutely talk to you. I've seen it done time and time again.